When Tesla announced plans to launch an electric car for around $25,000 in the second half of 2026, the immediate reaction from many was distrust. After all, electric cars have always been associated with high prices, and the question that lingered was almost instinctive. How can a company sell an electric vehicle for that price without delivering something half-baked? The answer to this question is more surprising than most people imagine, and it begins exactly where almost no one thinks to look. The first thing that comes to mind when talking about a cheap electric car is the battery. This makes sense, since the battery is widely known as the most expensive component of any electric vehicle, representing between 30 and 40% of the total production cost. So, when someone hears about a $25,000 Tesla, the quickest conclusion is that the company must be using a smaller battery with less range to achieve that price. But this conclusion is far from the whole story. What few people stop to consider is that the final price of a car doesn't depend solely on the parts inside it. There's a third cost category that rarely comes up in conversations about electric vehicles, but it has a huge impact on the final price for the consumer: the manufacturing cost. We're not just talking about labor or electricity consumed in the factory. We're talking about how long it takes to assemble each vehicle, how many steps are involved in the process, how many robots and machines are needed, and how many opportunities exist for something to go wrong along the production line. A simple way to understand this is to imagine two bricklayers hired to build the same house with the same materials on the same plot of land. The first finishes the job in 4 months because the team works in an organized way and the stages fit together without wasting time. The second takes 8 months because the teams wait for each other, the workflow is disorganized, and there is constant rework. In the end, the two houses are identical, but one cost much more to build than the other. The same principle applies directly to automobile production, and it is precisely on this point that Tesla has concentrated much of its efforts. The traditional assembly line has existed for over 100 years and, for a long time, was considered one of the greatest innovations in industrial history. The idea is simple. The car starts as an empty structure and receives components as it moves along a conveyor belt, until it comes out complete at the end of the process. It works, but it carries a silent problem that most people never notice. Each step depends on the previous one, and this means that if something jams at one point on the line, everything stops. The wasted time in this model accumulates in ways that, in the end, cost a lot of money. It was precisely to solve this problem that Tesla developed what became known as the Unboxed method, presented during a presentation to investors, and which should be fully operational in the factories responsible for producing the new model in 2026. The central idea is to abandon the logic of the sequential line and replace it with something completely different. Instead of an incomplete car traveling down a long corridor while receiving parts one by one, Tesla divides the vehicle into large, independent modules that are built simultaneously in separate areas of the factory. In practice, this means that while one team assembles the front structure of the car, another is simultaneously working on the rear, a third is preparing the battery pack, and a fourth is assembling the entire internal cabin system. These blocks advance in parallel and only meet in the final stage, when they are joined to form the complete vehicle. The direct result of this is a significant reduction in the total production time of each unit, because several parts of the work that previously needed to happen sequentially now happen at the same time. This change in logic also solves another problem that few associate with the cost of a car: internal movement within the factory. In a traditional assembly line, the vehicle being assembled needs to travel long distances inside the building as it progresses through the production stages. This requires physical space, handling equipment, time, and energy. With the Unboxed method, each module is built in a compact and specific area, and the distance traveled within the factory is much shorter. It seems like a small detail, but when multiplied by hundreds of thousands of vehicles produced per year, this detail represents a considerable saving. If the unboxed method changes how the car is assembled, there's another innovation that changes something even more fundamental: how the parts that make up that car are manufactured. To understand the magnitude of this change, it's worth considering how the structure of a traditional automobile is built. The body of a conventional car is not a single piece. It's the result of dozens, sometimes hundreds, of smaller components that are stamped separately from metal and then welded together to form the final structure of the vehicle. It's a long, meticulous process full of variables. The rear section of a traditional car alone can be composed of somewhere between 70 and 100 individual parts. Each of these parts needs to be manufactured separately, transported to the assembly line, positioned with millimeter precision, and welded at multiple points. To ensure all this happens correctly, dozens of robotic welding stations, specialized fasteners, and quality inspection steps are required. Each weld point is an opportunity for a defect to arise. Each additional part means one more supplier, one more lead time, one more risk within the production chain. Tesla decided to tackle this problem with large-scale aluminum casting machines that simply didn't exist in the automotive industry before. These machines, called Gigapress, function as giant molds that receive liquid aluminum under extremely high pressure and produce entire vehicle structures in a single solid piece. The process takes only a few minutes, and the result is a complex structural component that previously required an assembly process with dozens of separate steps. The rear of the Model Y was the first concrete example of this, where approximately 70 welded parts were replaced by a single cast piece. What makes this technology even more relevant to the model planned for 2026 is that Tesla didn't stop at the rear. The intention is to expand the use of gigapresses to other sections of the vehicle, including the front structure, creating a car whose structural base is composed of very few large parts, instead of hundreds of smaller components. Each gigapress installed in a factory represents a high initial investment, but once in operation at scale, the cost per part produced drops significantly compared to the traditional stamping and welding process. There's a logic that seems obvious when stated aloud, but which took decades to be taken seriously within the automotive industry. The fewer parts a car has, the fewer things can go wrong during its manufacture. It seems simple, but the practical consequences of this idea go far beyond what most people imagine. Each additional component within a vehicle does not exist in isolation. It needs to be manufactured, transported, inspected, stored, and installed. And in each of these steps, there is a margin of error that needs to be controlled, monitored, and corrected when necessary. When Tesla reduces the number of parts in a vehicle section from 70 to a single cast piece, it's not just cutting 69 items from a bill of materials. It's eliminating all the steps associated with each of those 69 components. This means fewer robotic welding stations operating simultaneously, less energy consumed at those stations, less equipment maintenance, less line time occupied, and fewer workers dedicated solely to inspecting weld joints. In a factory that produces hundreds of thousands of vehicles per year, the sum of these eliminations represents a huge operational difference. Reducing the number of parts also has a direct effect on the supply chain, which is one of the most vulnerable parts of any large-scale industrial operation. Each external supplier represents a dependency. If a specific part is delayed, if a batch arrives defective, or if a contract needs to be renegotiated, the entire production can be affected. By consolidating structures that previously relied on multiple suppliers into internally produced components with gigapresses, Tesla significantly reduces this vulnerability. Control over the process becomes greater, and the risks of disruption decrease proportionally. There is another aspect that is rarely mentioned in these discussions, but which has a real impact on the final cost of a vehicle: assembly speed. A car that arrives at the production line with fewer parts to be installed simply leaves the factory faster. This reduced time each unit occupies within the factory means that the same physical space and the same equipment can produce a larger volume of vehicles in the same period. In industrial terms, this is called increased throughput, and it has a direct impact on the cost per unit produced, even without altering any other operational parameter. For decades, the development sequence of a car always followed the same logic within the major automakers. Product engineers designed the car focusing on performance, aesthetics, safety, and comfort. Once the design was finalized and approved, the project was then passed on to the production teams who had the task of figuring out how to manufacture what had been designed. In other words, the car dictated the rules, and the factory had to adapt. This model worked for a long time, but it carries a silent limitation that accumulates with each project. The problem with this approach is that decisions made early in development, thinking only about the final product, often create enormous complications later on when the car needs to be mass-produced. A design detail that looks elegant on paper may require a complex and time-consuming assembly process. A material choice that improves the finish may make automated welding more difficult. A component that adds interesting functionality may introduce an extra step in the production line that multiplies for each unit manufactured. These hidden costs rarely appear in the initial sketches, but they show up in full force in the final bill. Tesla has deliberately reversed this logic. Instead of designing the car and then adapting the factory, engineers work with a different question from the start. How can this component be designed so that the factory can produce it faster, simpler, and cheaper? This change in perspective may seem subtle, but it profoundly alters the final result. Components are simplified even in the concept phase. Parts that could be separated are unified from the design stage. Structures are designed taking into account the capabilities of the gigapresses instead of being adapted to them later. A concrete example of this philosophy is how Tesla approached the fasteners used in assembly. In traditional vehicles, it is common to find dozens of different types of screws, nuts, and clips along the production line. Each different type requires a specific tool, a different configuration on the assembly robot, and additional quality control checks. Tesla actively works to standardize these elements, reducing the variety of fasteners used and allowing the assembly line to operate with fewer interruptions, fewer tool changes, and less room for human or mechanical error. There's a component inside a modern car that most people have never seen and probably never will, but it has a huge impact on both production costs and assembly complexity. That component is the wiring harness, also called the wiring harness or wiring harness. And it's basically the network of nerves that connects every electronic system in the vehicle. Sensors, computers, motors, screens, cameras, safety systems, lighting. All of these need to be connected via cables that run throughout the car, inside panels, under the floor, and along the side pillars. In many traditional vehicles, if all those cables were removed from the car and stretched in a straight line, they would reach 5 kilometers in length. 5 kilometers of wires, connectors, and terminals installed manually within a confined space, with hundreds of connection points that need to be correctly fitted one by one. Each incorrect connection is a potential defect. Each misplaced cable is a source of future failure. And all this work needs to be done precisely on each unit that comes off the production line, making the process slow, expensive, and prone to errors. Tesla identified this problem during the development of the Model 3 and began working on a solution that goes far beyond simply rearranging the cables. The approach was to rethink the entire vehicle's electronic architecture, consolidating previously independent systems into centralized control units and drastically reducing the amount of point-to-point communication between components. The result was a significant reduction in the total length of wiring compared to conventional vehicles of similar size. Fewer cables mean less material, less weight, less installation time, and fewer points where a fault can originate. For the model projected for 2026, this electrical simplification should be taken even further. The evolution of Tesla's electronic architecture is moving towards a system where a few central modules concentrate processing and power distribution, eliminating the need for dedicated cables for each individual function. It's a logic similar to what happened with computers over the decades, when circuits that once occupied entire rooms were progressively condensed into increasingly smaller and more efficient chips. Applied to cars, this same logic of condensation reduces weight, complexity, and cost simultaneously. The impact of this simplification goes beyond the assembly line. A vehicle with fewer cables and fewer connection points is also a vehicle less likely to experience electrical failures throughout its lifespan, which reduces warranty and after-sales maintenance costs. Furthermore, the installation of a simpler electrical system is faster and requires less specialized labor, directly contributing to the speed of production of each unit. Every minute saved on the assembly line is a cost that ceases to exist. And when these minutes add up over thousands of vehicles, the final number begins to explain much about how a $25,000 Tesla can go from being a promise to becoming a reality. There is a natural tendency to look at each of these innovations in isolation and try to calculate how much each one individually contributes to reducing the final price of the vehicle. How much does the unboxed method save per car? How much do gigapresses reduce compared to the traditional process? How much does electrical simplification represent in terms of assembly cost? These are legitimate questions, but they stem from a flawed premise, because the true power of this strategy lies not in any one of these innovations alone. It lies in how they all work together, enhancing each other within the same production system. A car designed for ease of manufacture enters an assembly line operating with the unboxed method and immediately benefits immensely because simple modules are assembled in parallel even more efficiently than complex modules would be. This same car, with its structure based on large parts cast by gigapresses, eliminates time-consuming and space-consuming welding steps within each module. And when this vehicle reaches the electrical installation stage with a lean and centralized wiring system, the assembly that previously took hours is completed in a fraction of that time. Each layer of efficiency amplifies the effect of the previous layer. That's precisely why automotive industry analysts have difficulty pinpointing a single factor responsible for the projected price of the new model. The honest answer is that there isn't a single factor. There's a set of decisions that have been coordinated over the years, each designed not only to solve a specific problem, but to create conditions that make other solutions even more effective. When a traditional automaker tries to copy just one element of this strategy, like acquiring a gigapress, for example, the gain is real but limited because the other elements of the system weren't designed to work in conjunction with it. What makes the situation even more interesting is that competitors observing this model from the outside face a complicated dilemma. Partially adopting these technologies yields modest gains. Full adoption requires redesigning not only the factory, but the vehicle itself, the engineering processes, the supply chain, and the product development culture. It's a transformation that doesn't happen in months and can't be bought as a ready-made package. Meanwhile, Tesla is already operating with this system in place and continues to refine each of its components toward its planned launch in the second half of 2026. Ultimately, what the $25,000 model represents goes beyond simply being a cheaper car on the market. It's a practical demonstration that it's possible to build an affordable electric vehicle without sacrificing quality, range, or safety, provided the production process is completely rethought. It's not the smaller battery that makes this price possible. It's the combination of a parallel assembly method, single-piece cast structures, a vehicle designed for the factory, and a simplified electrical architecture, all working together as a single integrated system. And if this strategy proves successful at scale, the impact won't be limited to Tesla. It will force the entire automotive industry to relearn from the beginning how an electric car should be built.